Hi guys, it's Kristen. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about small business. So I get tons of questions about small business related things, marketing, taxes, how to balance all the things, shipping, pricing items, like so many things. And so in addition to questions that I have collected from the ones that y'all have asked in the comments, I also posted in my polymer clay earring group over on Facebook and asked if anyone over there had any questions. So I've written them all down here in front of me. So I'm gonna try to address all the ones that I feel like I can in this video. So many people are interested in earning an income from home these days, whether it be because, the pandemic, there was a loss of a job, wanting to be home with their kids and not send them to school, and just because I feel like the potential to make money online is, there's a greater potential, I think, than there ever has been before. So many people are realizing this, which is awesome. I love it. It's, I've said before, like, just excites me to no end to see other ladies and mothers finding something that they enjoy doing and have a passion for, and then are able to turn that into a full-time income, like I've done with my Etsy shop, my YouTube channel, my blog, all those things. So a commonly asked question is how to get started. And I always just tell people, just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't think that everything has to be perfect. Don't think that your shop, like say you're opening an Etsy shop, don't think that has to be perfect and you have to have the perfect logo and the perfect name and the perfect everything. If you wait until everything's perfect, it may never happen because it's not going to be perfect. My Etsy shop has changed and morphed over the years. I've had it for 8 years now. And it has changed and grown along with me as I have changed and grown. And I just tell people, just do it. I think one of the reasons why I have a successful Etsy shop or a successful business is because I didn't give up. I just kept going. It didn't matter that in the beginning I got 1 sale a month or 5 sales a month. I don't know, I'm just making it up. But it wasn't very much. But I kept the listings up there, I kept coming out with new items, I kept fine-tuning the ones that were already in there, and I just did it. You just gotta put in the work, put in the time. There's not like some secret sauce that's gonna make you, explode and become, make 6 figures your first year. Some people, of course, have that experience, but most of us don't. It's definitely like a slow trickle and something that definitely takes time. So my advice for how to get started is just do it. Pick the platform. Are you going to sell on Etsy? Are you going to have your own store, website, Shopify, something like that? Maybe you just want to start by selling on Instagram. I did that in the beginning too. I had great success selling on Instagram and using PayPal to invoice people. You can use Facebook to sell. You can also just sell locally at markets and things like that, since the world is like opening up again. I've seen a ton of people selling at markets and having great success. So just figure out what you're going to sell. Figure out the platform that fits you best and what you would like to do, and then just do it. And don't be discouraged if it's slow. It is going to be slow. It's just the way that it is. But stick with it, and if you do, I'm pretty sure you'll see, some good results in the long run. Is people want to know how to get your name out there, how to basically get your items in front of people's eyes. So in my opinion, you've heard me talk before if you've watched my other videos, Etsy is my favorite way to do that, because Etsy already has hundreds of thousands of people on their platform searching for things. So instead of trying to compete in Google and get your website high up in the Google search, which is really difficult to do just starting out, going on Etsy, putting your stuff on Etsy, I think is just way easier. So an Etsy shop is definitely one way to do it. So we all know social media is a great way to get your products and things in front of people. Instagram, for instance, I know a lot of polymer clay artists over there that sell their items and are doing that full time, like they've left their job. This is what they do full time now. And they don't just sell their items, but they offer value to people. So this might seem a little counterintuitive, but one of the larger polymer clay artists on Instagram, she shares tutorials on how to make some of the things that she makes, which you might think, oh no, you don't want to give away your secrets. But she's still doing it. She's still making. She doesn't work at her day job anymore. This is what she does. I think her husband helps her, and she's just a great inspiration. But she shares her tutorials over there, so she offers value to people by teaching them. So she has a lot of followers who maybe some of those people wouldn't buy her earrings because maybe they make them themselves, but they will watch her videos, and that's going to increase engagement and all those things on the platform, which will encourage her growth. And then she also sells clay cutters and texture things and now findings and all sorts of things. So she is kind of getting from both audiences. She is selling her earrings to people who don't want to make them themselves, and the people who do make them themselves, she's also selling cutters and things like that to them. So she's doing awesome. I think my number one tip for Instagram growth and getting your name out there on social media is to add value, be consistent. Like, you got to show up there, be consistent, post, be in your the stories a lot, interacting daily behind the scenes, sharing things, that sort of thing. That would probably be the number one tip for getting your name out there, getting noticed, and you know, growing your following in that way. Another question I get asked about a lot is shipping and shipping tips and where to get shipping supplies and which shipping company do you go through. So as I mentioned, I like Etsy. Etsy offers shipping right within their platform. It literally could not be easier. You just select, you know, the size of the package, the weight of the package, you print your label, like, it's done. So that's my favorite way to do it. There are other shipping platforms and things that you could go through if you have your own website or something like that. But if you're on Etsy, that's the easiest way to do it. Generally, United States Postal Service is the cheapest method of shipping. So that's typically what I use. The first class mail, I think, is like 2 to 5 days. So that's pretty fast shipping. And of course, your customer can always upgrade to priority shipping, which if you're shipping smaller items is typically around like $7 to $10. And then the heavier the item is, the more costly it is. But that is an option. Priority shipping is usually 1 to 2 days, which is nice to have that option if someone is needing something quick. But I choose to use the Etsy platform for that, and it works really well for me. As far as shipping supplies go, I do think that this is a really big deal and something that you need to put some thought into. When people are buying handmade items, they want special. They want it to be like an experience when it comes in the mail. So whether that's like a pretty mailer, or once they open the box or the mailer, it's, you know, beautiful tissue paper and stickers and things like that. And so that actually leads me into today's video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by No Issue Co., and they are a sustainable packaging company that offers a variety of shipping packaging options for the small or large business owner. Some of my favorite things from them are their customizable tissue paper. I shared about this in a video in the past, and I absolutely love it. Not only is it biodegradable and compostable, it is beautiful, and you can design it to match with your aesthetic, with your brand. So whether that's something like these beautiful leaves and like more like a botanical look like I have here, or maybe you're more like boho and you're gonna do rainbows or have some text on it. There are so many options. They also make stickers, customizable stickers that you can put on your packages. Brand new, they actually have boxes that they like shipping boxes in a variety of sizes. And for me, this is my first time using their recycled bubble mailer. So this is made of recycled materials, and it has like the bubble inside of it, and so it'll protect your items really, really nicely. Again, it comes in a variety of sizes, and they're just beautiful. And if sustainability and eco-friendliness is something that is on your mind and that you care about, this is a fantastic company to check out. They offer free shipping worldwide. A lot of companies, of course, only will ship to the US or whatever, but they offer not only worldwide shipping, but it's free. So I highly recommend that you check them out. The link will be in the description box down below to go check out their website and all the different options and things that they have. Thank you so much to No Issue Co. for sponsoring today's video. Another question is pricing and how to price items. That might be one of the most commonly posted things in the clay earring group over on Facebook. I see posts all the time of people sharing their collections and saying, what would you price these? You know, what would the price be for these? So my philosophy has always been that I need to make it worth my time. So the way I do it is I look at the supplies first. So I figure out, like, for my punch needle kits, like, okay, the punch needle itself costs this much money, and then the fabric costs this, the yarn is about this, you know, I add all those things up. And once I have that number, then I say, okay, how long does it take me to do everything that needs to be done to put it all in the package? So cutting the stencil, cutting the yarn, all of that sort of thing. And then once I decide how long it takes me, then I can say, okay, what amount would make sense for me? What would make me say, okay, this is worthwhile? And so that's how I price my items. So you think about if you're doing clay, think about the clay and how much it costs you. Think about the time spent. The good thing about clay is that you can make a lot of earrings at once, so it's not gonna be always like super time consuming. Obviously it depends on the technique and different things that you're doing, but that's something to consider as well. If you're doing a lot of handmade flowers and super ornate and detailed slabs for your clay, then those items should be priced higher than just simple plain color cut out, like done, you know what I mean? So that's my advice for that. Price your items accordingly, make it worth your time. You know, your work is worth money. So it's definitely important to pay yourself, and otherwise you might get like burnout and end up quitting before things even take off. So definitely pay yourself, definitely make it worth your time. Price them so it's worth your time. All right, taxes. Taxes is a huge question. People are always confused by this, overwhelmed by this, afraid of this. And I will say it's definitely one of my least favorite things about owning a small or just owning a business. Every year around tax time, I'm like, oh, this is my least favorite. But here's my trick for that. So up until last year, I did all the taxes myself. I tracked them myself in QuickBooks. And that was fine, but it did kind of add a lot of stress to my life, especially around tax time when like things needed to be all just so. It was a little stressful. So last year, finally, my business was making enough money that I was like, you know what? I am going to hire a bookkeeper so I don't have to mess with this anymore. So that's what I did. So if you are just starting out and don't have the money to pay a bookkeeper, then I would recommend something like QuickBooks. They have a QuickBooks Self-Employed, I believe it's called. 10 or 15 bucks a month, I think it is. You can hook it up to like a PayPal account and checking accounts and that sort of thing, and you know, log your expenses and your income and all those things there. And if you have some revenue coming in and you're ready to invest it in a bookkeeper, I highly, highly recommend that. We basically email like once at the beginning of the month, and I give her some details and things from the month prior and like tell her, oh, this purchase was for this, like if there's anything kind of out of the ordinary, and she just does it all. And I just get a little report that's like year to date income and all, you know, monthly. It's amazing. So tax time in 2021 was like super easy. So I'm so grateful for the bookkeeper. If you're interested, she does everything like remotely. So she's not in the same state as me, and does it through email or voice, or text messaging or FaceTime, whatever, if you need to talk to her like that. And so I'll put a link to her information in the description box down below if you're interested in checking her out. She's been fantastic and super reasonably priced. Sales tax is another question. So years ago, Etsy used to make you submit your sales tax in your state. So I would have to go through, figure out everyone that I sold to in my state, figure out how much tax I collected, and then send that into my state, the sales tax. But I don't know if it was a couple years ago, they switched to where they collect the sales tax and submit it for you, which is amazing. It's just like one less thing to have to deal with. So that's another reason that I love Etsy, because if you do like Shopify or your own website, you're gonna have to keep track of the sales tax and make sure that you're submitting that, or you might get in trouble. So make sure that you do that. But like I said, Etsy does it for you, so no big deal there. Otherwise, you do need to, you'll be registered with your state, and I would just go onto their website, enter in the sales, all of that, and then I would pay the sales tax that way. Almost done here. Okay, people ask a lot how to balance a business and being a mother. So I know this will be different for everybody, because a lot of women, of course, work outside of the home, and maybe they're wanting to start this on the side, but in addition to that, they also have kids. And honestly, I can't really imagine what that would be like. I've never done that, so I don't have suggestions for that. I can just tell you my experience. And so I work from home, and I homeschool my kids, and I'm like the housekeeper and the cook, and all the normal things probably that stay-at-home moms are. And so the way I handle that, which this has not always been the case, I feel like I've refined it really well in the last year and figured out what works and what doesn't work. But my tip for that is, thing one, I only work while they're napping. So I've done this since the very beginning, since I opened my shop 8 years ago, when I had my daughter was a few months old. My first child was a few months old when I opened it. And I would only work while she was napping. And so I just continued that. And I have 3 older kids now. I have 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old, and then I have a toddler. The toddler naps for a couple hours every afternoon, but the big kids don't nap, but we do a rest time every day. So that's like an hour or an hour and a half or 2 where they can read books, do puzzles, quiet things, not screens, but quiet things. And they're like, have to get along and no fighting and that sort of thing, or else they know that they get separated. They have to go to separate rooms. They can stay together if they're getting along, but otherwise they have to go to separate rooms. And so that's the time when I get to work most days. And some days I have a lot to do, and the whole time I'm working, fulfilling orders or editing videos or that sort of thing. And some days I don't have any work to do, and I just relax for a little bit, and then maybe do some cleaning and listen to an audiobook while I do laundry or whatever. So it's never, I don't really have like a super strict schedule, which is part of the reason why I love working for myself, because nobody tells me what to do, and I can do whatever I want whenever I want to. So that is a tip. Always work while they're resting. If you don't, trust me, I've tried. They're gonna interrupt you, and then you're gonna get frustrated, and then you're gonna get upset, and it's just not a good thing. Then they're upset and they're on edge because you're mad and frustrated, and it's not good, no good. So I only ever try to work when they're gone from the house, or mostly while they're sleeping or during rest time. Recently, I don't know how long we've been doing this, 8 or 9 months now, the kids have been going to my mom's house for 1 day a week. And so that's when I've been able to get most of my work done. I just have that's all I do from the time that they leave the house in the morning to when they get home in the evening. I work. I film videos, I edit videos, I write blog posts, I fulfill orders, I come up with new designs and products and things, and this is all when I do it, usually 1 day a week. And then I'll just fill in here and there during rest time as needed, respond to emails, that sort of thing. But if you can swing it to where you have like a babysitter or even like a mother's helper or something 1 day a week, I think it would be immensely helpful. It has helped me so much, and also just helped my mind because I think as a mother, you are kind of have a lot going on already in your head. You're already like thinking about so many things. Then if you're adding like the pressure of a business on top of that. You know, thinking about like, oh, I never responded to that email, and oh, that collaboration video is due whenever, and oh, like, is it gonna rain when I need to film, and so it's gonna be dark like it is kind of right now. We had a storm come through. There's so many things that can be swirling around in your brain, and you're already so busy as a mother that it's just a lot to handle, and it can cause a lot of stress and anxiety and burnout, and you don't want that. So when I start kind of thinking about business things, I try to tell myself, okay, on Wednesday, I'm gonna get all that stuff done. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Right now, the kids are the priority. Right now, cooking lunch is the priority. Right now, empty the dishwasher is the priority. And then I'll deal with that when I can. It's also just important to have your priorities straight. So my priorities are my husband and my kids, and my keeping a nice, you know, tidy-ish, peaceful, restful home. I do not want to be stressed out. That is not why I am doing this work from home. I'm doing this for more freedom and fun for our family, and to be able to like bless other people and that sort of thing. So the last thing I want is to have my priorities out of order and end up neglecting some other area of my life just for my business, which I would not want to do. Not very smart. So that was a lot of rambling. Those are most of the questions that I get. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I would love it if you would subscribe. Let me know in the comments below, have you started your business yet? Are you thinking about it? Are you on the fence? Do you know what you're gonna sell? I love to hear from you guys in the comments down below, and I always respond to every single comment. So let's chat down there. And again, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.